Hi guys, this is Tracy with Inside Pool Magazine. I'm at it again. Sorry, I had to take a break a little bit last week. The diva works seems like 24 hours a day sometimes. But Nick DeLeon's going to be on with me tomorrow. We have another surprise for another ticket winner. But tonight we're going back a little bit to some of the kids that are needing a little exposure. Wisconsin's been knocking on my door a whole lot here lately, and I answered. I opened the door to a 10-year-old coming out of Wisconsin. His name is Will Schoen. He's a wonderful young man, and he's got a lot to offer the pool industry. So I'm going to go ahead and run his video as soon as I can find it. And you guys make sure you're loading up in that chat room, and you guys can ask him a couple of questions. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to answer them. His parents will be joining us as well, which you know how I am. I love having the parents on because they give us a lot of insight on how the kids are doing while they're at these tournaments, and that helps for sponsorship as well. Also, remember, guys, go over to www.jrbsf.org and make sure you're following that page. Mako Tips and the organization has gotten together, and they're giving away a scholarship travel fund. So if you guys haven't signed up, make sure you're signing up to that scholarship fund. And if you don't have the link, feel free to contact me on any of my 3 pages. It's Tracy the Diva Lerma on my fan page, or just contact me on my regular page. So let's get started and take a look at some of these amazing pictures that little Will Shane has. So up next, 10-year-old Wayne Shea, and he is coming out of Wisconsin. Hi, guys. How are you tonight?
Good.
Oh, fantastic. We're all together. Now, which one of you is Will? How old are you, buddy?
I'm 10.
And where do you play out of right now?
Hello, Wisconsin.
And what pool room are you playing out of, sir?
Mad Apple and Hopper's Bar, Hello, Wisconsin.
Awesome. How many tournaments have you been taking down? I have been hearing rumors about you, buddy. For a 10-year-old, there's a lot going on in Wisconsin. A lot. Okay. Well, I've got a couple of questions from Mom and Dad before we get to you. Okay. Do you mind just giving us a minute, and then we'll get right to you? Okay, bud?
Yep.
All right. Mom and Dad, how is he during these long grinds? I mean, have you guys been out to Vegas or one of these major tournaments with him yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. What about during the other tournaments? Has he been in any local tournaments?
Yeah. We've been to the Jacoby Open. We've been to Badger State games at the Mad Apple. Recently, the Cue It Up tournament. We were there. He was nominated junior. What was it? Junior of the tournament, where he got given a pool cue.
And I hear it's kind of a special pool cue. Will, whose pool cue is that?
Larry Neville's.
Listen to that. Michelle's doing some great things with some of Larry's stuff. Michelle, we are honored to have this young man on the show tonight and hanging out with us. It's fabulous. Thank you so much. I've got Michelle Neville in the background, but it's not connecting. Oh dear, I can't get her on here, but if you guys want to give her that link, if you guys have her anywhere, if there's anybody talking to Michelle Neville, have her send me a message and I will get her on the screen for us. Anyway, So when he was playing in these tournaments, how is he faring, like mentally and physically? Some of those are long grinds, especially if you're playing with adults. How is he mentally, Dad?
He can get pretty upset.
Right. Well, I mean, he's only 10. How, we
Right.
can't expect adult mannerisms out of a youngster, even if he is a heck of a pool player. What about physically? How towards the end? How is he feeling towards the end?
Very fatigued. Yeah.
Are they getting breaks in between some of these? Kids, they just want to keep going till they fall down. I have boys.
Yeah, he gets a break, but some of the tournaments he's only got time to get from one table to another. And so when he does get a break and he's getting tired, we usually take him outside and let him get some fresh air and let him run around and
Awesome.
get some energy back in him.
Right. Got to pump that energy. The rest of us eat candy bars and fall asleep. So at least he's going outside getting energy. How have you felt we are doing in the pool industry of getting your youngsters a little more exposure and more tournaments? Mom, Dad, do you feel we're doing enough? The media, the tournament directors, all of us are banding together, but do you feel like your children have enough venues to play out of, or do you think we could do better?
In our area, there could be more.
Right.
I mean, you get, down south a little bit more, and then there's a lot more. So, like,
right.
we have like the Mad Apple, it's a 50-minute drive.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And a lot of people, if you don't know geography, some of our states are extremely wide. And, to travel from one side of the state to the other can take, 6 hours, sometimes maybe more. So we definitely, I think doing these podcasts are helping the kids out a little bit so that we can get more exposure. So a lot of these places know that there are juniors that are wanting to play. And I think that's the problem. We've isolated ourselves not only during COVID, but, because it's just not, I guess because they're normally bars, people don't want kids associated with them. So we need to step up and start finding ways around that where it's more family friendly. And I think it will help.
I think that's one of our biggest, not that we don't like going to the bar because we're with him and he does get a lot of competition at the bar. That's where he started shooting. So the people that are there, my husband and I, we don't shoot pool. We never did until he just wanted to play a game for fun. And since then, now my husband shoots pool, and so it's nice. And he gets a lot of exposure and a lot of competition.
Well, I'm glad he's getting the exposure, but I'm like you, it's like I wish he had more kids to play with.
Yeah. And a lot of the times, people don't even come out until 9 o'clock to shoot pool.
Uh-huh.
So on the weekends, if you're not there until midnight, we always
you might be there by yourselves for a while.
We kind of make it a rule that once he loses the table, we leave. So he tries really hard not to lose the table.
Right, I bet. Well, at least you've caught on to Mom and Dad's strategy now. So
Yeah.
We got to come up with new strategies to fool our children. They're outsmarting us every chance they get. But hopefully some of these podcasts will get a little more exposure for you guys. Mad Apple's reached out to me with a couple of the youngsters that are shooting out of their place. So it's an honor to have you guys from Wisconsin on our podcast. So thank you so much for allowing me some little insight into your life. I appreciate it. And on behalf of myself, Nick, DeLeon, and Inside Pool, we appreciate you guys letting us into your lives just slightly. So when you guys are how far is it from one venue to another that you're having to take him? Well, on an average?
Nothing usually under an hour.
Okay. So at the max, it'll probably be an hour.
No, nothing.
No more.
Max will be probably 3.
3 hours? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you live near a city? I'm not very
No.
familiar with Wisconsin. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, that's making a little more sense. I was thinking
Bigger
about,
cities are all an hour away.
okay, I got you. We're trying to reach out to some of your VFWs and your private places, like your Shriners and places like that, and your boys and girls clubs. And it's hard to see, most of those places are normally in your bigger cities, and you're still going to have to drive an hour away. But we'll see what we can do about. Hopefully, this will help some. Okay, let's roll it on along. How did you guys realize that he had something special? I mean, neither one of you played, so where did he pick this up at, Dad?
At the bar.
At the bar.
So you guys just hanging out one day, and he was like, "Oh, I want to try that."
Yeah, and he just started banging them in. I mean,
So it's a natural.
yeah.
Wow. Do you remember what it felt like when you made that first ball, Will?
No.
Dad, what was the look on his face? Did he have to do it a couple of times before he
I
figured
hit
out
it.
I like this?
I hit it, and then it like rattled in between the pocket, and I'm like, what? So I hit it again, and I was like, okay, that's just luck. And then I go back, and I hit like 2 more balls in, and I'm like, I think this is for me.
Wow, you've got a smart 10-year-old. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sporty there, bud. So he just kind of took off from there, and he's been at it ever since, huh? Well, that's neat. Do you
He's
have
had a lot of
any?
help.
I think we all have.
From the locals. He said we got a lot of help around here.
So you've got a lot of friends, Will, in the pool industry locally?
Yeah.
Well, they're probably really having a field day with him being on TV tonight.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's see. Let's start asking you some questions. Let's see here. Okay, Will, what is your Fargo rating right now?
394.
And Mom and Dad, how many Fargo rated tournaments has he played in, or is this something he got from playing in the local tournaments?
3, I think.
3, I think 3 tournaments.
3 tournaments.
Okay.
And he's a 394. That's pretty good, kid. Awesome. I hear he's going to be a beast here in a couple of years. We're probably going to have to. We're going to have to start playing these kids on curves. Especially if they're out playing as adults. Will, what has been your biggest motivation, and who has helped do that for you?
Probably my mom and dad.
Okay. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have 3 sisters and 1 brother. They're all with me on it. And then I got like 3 more motivators. Darian Kenhoven and Kurt Kenhoven and Kyle Miller.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for helping this young gun find his way. I've been screaming it from the top of my lungs since I met these kids. It takes a village to raise a junior pool player. It definitely does. And who else are you going to learn it from than the guys that have been there? If you can find you an older gentleman that's playing one pocket, you'll learn everything you need to know about pool. I promise you. If they've known about it, they've seen it. They've probably lived through it. Best stories ever. Let's see. Do you have a favorite professional player, and why, Will?
Yes, I have a favorite professional player. His name, Larry Neville, because he proved that just because you're in a wheelchair doesn't change your game at all.
No, it does not. If anything, it makes you strive harder because people think you can't. So you're absolutely right. Mr. Neville was a very wonderful individual, and he will be missed. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. What is the one tournament you would like to play in, and why?
The last Las Vegas Juniors champion. champion.
All right. Well, I've got a little piece of information for you, sir. Wisconsin is holding one of their qualifiers, which is what I've been screaming at the top of my lungs here lately. And if you win, you get one of those nice tickets for Vegas. Mom and Dad, I'll get that information out to you as soon as I can.
All right.
His eyes said it all, so I think that's motivation enough, I believe. Okay, so next one. After high school, do you intend on going to college? I got Miss Michelle Neville. Give me a second. She's in the background. Hey, Mama, how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Oh,
He's so excited.
Oh.
It was so nice of you to donate some of Larry's cues to that fund. That was very nice of you, very kind. How are you doing here in the past few months? I know it's been rough.
pretty bad. But I am trying to get back to the junior players to make, it feels good to help out the kids. So.
Yes, it does. And he was such an amazing man. And you have our prayers and our condolences every day. And if there's anything we can do for you, you reach out to us. We've got your back.
Yep.
And that cue is gorgeous, Mama. That is one beautiful cue that this kid has. And he speaks so highly of your husband.
Yeah. He didn't see the one that's coming, though.
I heard you got something special.
Yeah, he has something special coming.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. Do you play at all, Michelle? I haven't seen you in years. I think the first time I saw you was at Derby City, and I don't even want to say how long ago that's been.
I play not very much anymore.
Yeah. I ended up I had to quit. It was just too much. I couldn't go to work and play pool all night long. It was making me drag. Well, do you mind sticking around and hearing the rest of the interview? And then if you have some benefit tournaments or anything that you would like to plug into the show tonight, I would be more than honored to have you do that.
Okay. I'll stick around.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, well, let's finish this. Let's make Miss Michelle proud of you, okay? So, do you currently have a practice regime, Will?
No, during the summer, I like to be a kid, but when the pool season starts to start, that's when I really I play people better than me.
Do you?
That's my practice to me.
Awesome. So you're a go-getter. We got a future champion on our hands. You're such a doll. Okay, let's see. Well, how do you think that you're dealing with the stresses when you're playing? When you walk up to the table against these grown people, how do you feel when you're chalking your cue? Are you nervous?
No, I just look at it like I'm playing the table, not the person.
Good job. Excellent. I love it. Love that response. Got to keep that mindset, buddy. Have to keep that mindset.
And
What?
you
Go
also
ahead.
have to have fun.
Absolutely. If you're not having
if you're
fun,
not
then
having fun, you shouldn't even be playing.
absolutely right. You nailed it. What do you plan on doing when you graduate from high school? Do you want to go to college or do you want to play pool professionally?
If pool doesn't work out, I'm not sure what I want to be.
Well, you got plenty of time. You're only 10, so we don't expect you to know everything at 11, okay? We'll give you 2 more years at least.
I'm not sure I'm even going to know what I'm going to do then.
Well, I didn't know until I was in my 30s. And then there's days I still don't know for sure. So you're doing just fine. Okay, let's see. Some more questions. What has been your biggest lesson so far, Will?
Breathing, sometimes even stepping outside to take a deep breath, and keeping my chin up.
Good job. So do you think you're handling the pressures okay? Or do you think maybe you're learning?
Learning.
You're learning. Well, we all have to learn. It takes us, some of us, it takes us a lifetime to learn that. So if you're learning it a lot earlier than the rest of us, you're at least a few up on a bunch of these players. I've seen a couple of them not be too happy too. Okay, let's see. We have a couple of more. How many hours a week do you think you spend on practice time, or is it mostly just playing against other people when you get a chance?
Playing against other people when I have a chance. Otherwise, I'll just do a couple of drills.
Okay. Okay. Michelle, doesn't Larry have some practice videos that he could watch out there on YouTube somewhere?
He has a lot of videos on YouTube, but he never did like drills or anything like that.
Okay.
So I mean,
Right.
something out there, but not. They're just matches that he's done.
Right. I have a couple of them on Inside Pool, that some of his matches as well. So, all right, let's see. There is a couple of drills that Katrina Track's been teaching on YouTube. If you would like to check those out, those are very informative, and that might help you. And then Savannah Easton also has some, and a couple of other kids. I'll check into that for you, and I'll get some of that information sent to your parents. Okay?
Biko teaches you drills.
Oh, Biko,
Kendall
Eggert. He taught me how to do like all the drills that I do.
Oh, good. Awesome. You know, you are a very good speaker. I am very impressed with you. You are doing so well. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We've got a couple of more questions, and let's see. So, the big question, how do you think that we are doing a good enough job for you kids to have places to play? Or do you think we could do more for you guys?
Around like our area, I think we could have a little more junior leagues and tournaments than all the grown-ups and the 18 or older with an adult.
Okay. I like the honesty. Very, very good. I like the honesty. As long as we're honest with people, then they should be honest with us. So I like that. Okay. If you could fast forward 10 years, Will, where do you see yourself?
Probably, hopefully, a pro or a master.
Those are high expectations, and I look forward to seeing you there. Okay, and let's see. So if you had, let's say, a 6-year-old came up to you and somebody gave him a pool cue, and he says, what do you suggest I learn to do first with this? What would you say?
Their form, how to hold the cue, their bridge, and their stance.
Good job. All right, good job. Loving this. He's good at this, Michelle. He's trying to take my job.
I was thinking that.
I have nephews that
learn how to hold it.
I want to get them to be good.
Right. Good answer. Like it. I like it. Okay, and here's the one all the kids like to hear. Okay, say a genie popped out of the bottle, and it granted me this one wish. It says, okay, I'm going to give you all the money you could possibly want, and I want you to give $100,000 to Will, but he can't spend it on himself. What would you do with that money?
Probably gas expenses, flights to go to the tournaments, their entry fee.
But you can't spend it.
You can't spend it on yourself.
And what would you do if you had to spend it on somebody else? What would you do?
Oh, that's a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Say somebody was going to give you that money though, and you get to give it to your friends, what would you do with it?
Who would you give it to? What would you do with it? Lots of money. I said, here, go help somebody. What would you do with it? Who would you help? Like homeless people.
People that don't have a lot of money to pay for stuff.
Like what?
So we're going to put in a big fund so everybody gets an opportunity to do what they want to with it, right? Expenses, exactly what you said.
Like food
I
or
got it.
place to sleep or...
You're doing just fine. I put you on the spot, and that was unfair of me. Now, what is your favorite game to play, Will? 9-ball, 8-ball,
I
10
like
ball?
10-ball, and then I like 8-ball BCA.
Awesome. You play BCA. That's pretty strong, buddy. A 394 is pretty strong. Do you have any upcoming tournaments that you're planning on playing in?
Next year's state.
Definitely next year's state. Okay. Good answer.
We almost came to Mississippi.
You did? Well, it's a
Yeah.
long way. I'll be heading to Mississippi this weekend for their qualifier, but Wisconsin's having one too, and I'm going to make sure that I give your mom and dad that information so you have it.
That's the one that we were thinking about going to.
It's a little bit closer. Mississippi's kind of far, so hopefully the one in Wisconsin will be a little better, and I'll see if I can find out what the closest hotels are for you guys too. Michelle, do you have any upcoming benefits that you're hosting or doing for any of the kids?
No, I just did one the other day for Sam Henderson.
Okay, could you tell us a little bit about it, please?
He posted it on Facebook, but I donated to him some Packer tickets because he's a Cowboys fan and earned every bit of it. Sam very
Awesome.
hard, you know. He's one of the best junior players. He's the best one I know.
Right.
You know, at 15, he works really hard, and he deserved that.
They do.
Yeah. Will was my first option to give something to, and I'm still kind of working on that for him. And he got the cue, but he's getting a different one. He just don't know what it looks like yet.
Well, I'm sure he's going to appreciate it. You're such an angel. You know, every bit of love and graciousness comes out of your life. You're an amazing lady, and I commend you. I commend you.
Yeah. Michelle's really fun to play too.
Is she?
Because you never know what she's going to pull out of her sleeve.
Well, you know, she was around a pool player for a little while.
Yeah,
I think Larry taught her a thing or two. Out of the mouths of babes.
she could put a cue ball on any place on the table, and she could just roll it right up and right tight and safety. She's really good at safety.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't want to play her then. It's been fun. You guys are so much fun. Michelle, I thank you so much for coming on. I didn't even expect it. It was such a nice surprise. I'm glad I'm getting surprises this week.
Yeah.
So me shocking Nick. I just call him randomly and said, "What are you doing right now?" And he's like, "Nothing." I was like, "Open your laptop." And he's like, "Why do you do this to me?"
Right?
And I said, "That's what co-hosts are for." So, do you watch any pool online, Will?
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious to know, are you betting on Federer or are you betting on Chip Compton? He's confused.
Yeah.
Well, basically, all the rage is a one pocket event coming on with Federer Gorst and Chip Compton. So, I'm just curious how much into the pool scene you actually are. We'll keep you at bay. What did you say, hon?
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get a couple of clips from some of those videos. Who is your favorite person to watch on those videos, Will?
Larry and Shane Van Boning.
Shane's got a heck of a break, but boy, Larry could play.
And
the thing was, is people didn't expect him to have that long drive he had. Oh my goodness.
Tyler, he's a good one.
Tyler's another one. Right, absolutely. So, when do you start back to school, Will?
September 1st.
Okay, so you got a lot of summer left. These kids down here are going back to school, so you keep on practicing when you get the opportunity. I'll make sure I get you guys those flyers so that you guys have them for that upcoming event in Wisconsin. And a lot of the TDs are starting to open up their venues and allowing some of these kids to play in some of these tournaments. So slowly but surely we're climbing this uphill battle. So thank you so much for coming out tonight, Michelle. Like I said, if there's anything that we can do for you, please reach out. I'm more than willing to lend a helping hand.
Yep. Thank you, Will.
You got a bestie now, Michelle. You got a bestie for life.
He took off on his mom today and is hanging out with me.
There's something about kids, boy. You can't. They're so energetic and they're so full of life, and they energetic is definitely the word, because there's days that I'm going, oh man, I've got 8 hours here at work. I feel like I just went to bed an hour ago. Oh my god.
Whenever we go to the Mad Apple, Will's looking for the license plate.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Like I said, Michelle, thank you so much. If there's anything we can do for you, if you need us to help you with any of those plugs, or if there's anything, just please feel free to reach out. Also, Scott Frost can get in touch with me as well if I don't answer you back immediately. Okay. He's between all of us working, we try to network with each other and try to help each other out as much as we can. So we're 100% behind you if there's ever anything that you need from us.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Will, I'm sorry, I interrupted
you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank
So,
you.
Will, I am going to do my sign off, but I want you to hang on just a few minutes because I want to talk to you and your parents. That was such a pleasure to have Michelle on. Did you guys give me that surprise?
Nope.
Well, that was so much fun. I appreciate that. Okay, so I'm going to do my last bit, and then I'm going to pop you guys back in and chat with you just a few minutes about this upcoming event. So just give me a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. Well, that was definitely a surprise. Something from the heavens, I guess. I was thinking about Michelle earlier today when I had read Will's bio that he sent me. I have the kids fill out like a little questionnaire so that I get to know them just a little bit before I do my live feeds. And I saw Larry's name on there, and the first thing I thought was, Michelle, I wonder how she's doing, and she looks fantastic, and it's always a pleasure to have her around. But anyway, don't forget, guys, I'm heading over to the state of Mississippi this weekend for the Mississippi State qualifier for the Monica Webb Battle of the Junior Champions. There will be 2 seats awarded, one for the 13 and under and one for the 18 and under. There are 5 states currently involved in this qualifying, and there are 10 invites. I'm doing my invites with Nick DeLeon and Sophia Mast, and I'm doing the qualifiers will be from state to state. So currently those states are the state of Mississippi, which is coming up soon on August the 6th. I will be at the Dockery. Also, there will be the state of Georgia, the state of Florida, the state of Missouri, and the state of Wisconsin. So we appreciate all of these states gathering together to give these kids a Moscone Cup that's just perfect for kids. Like I said, there will be like 4 teams, 5 kids on each team. We look forward to it. Like I was saying, I'm going to run Little Will's video one more time, and I want to say on behalf of Inside Pool Magazine, Nick DeLeon, he's heading to Germany here on Saturday, and myself and the Junior Billiard Scholarship Fund.org. I want to say thank you guys for following us and checking out Will's video tonight. So I'm going to run his footage, and we'll see you guys next week with another kid coming out of, not sure. I think we're going to try to go up to New England next week. So stay tuned, guys. We'll see you next time. This is the Diva signing out.